Go, final trailer! March 24th is officially Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie time, and this new trailer that we got this morning gives us our first intros to Rita Repulsa, Zordon, Alpha 5, the Rangers, the Power Coins, and more, and we're gonna be breaking it down here on Screen Junkies News. It's almost Morphin time, nerds, and we got a new trailer this morning for Power Rangers, the new movie that is probably going to ruin your childhood again. And here to help me break down the trailer, we have got from Cinema Blend, Eric Eisenberg. Eric, it's your birthday today.
It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday, bud.
Sir.
To you.
No, don't start that.
You're turning
That's
30.
totally unnecessary.
You're in your 30s now, so we're going to need advice from you guys on the internet how to survive your 30s. And also here to help me break it down is #1 Power Rangers fan. He was with me at Power Morphicon this year, no joke. From Screen Junkies, from Superhero News, Mr. Adam Lavick. Adam.
I'm so excited to talk about this trailer. Woo, let's get into it, baby.
All right, let's just get into it. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into this trailer. Let's pull this up. Here we go. Headphones on.
This is your time. I hate when they do this, by the way.
Trailer for the trailer. Yeah, studios, stop doing that. Here we go. Lionsgate, colorful as shit. Angel Grove.
None of us really know each other.
Hot kids.
All strangers.
They're all so hot.
We're all screw-ups.
Wow.
But somehow,
Pretty on the nose
we
there.
were all in the same place at the same time when Billy found those coins.
Yeah, this exposition.
All right, let's can we pause at those coins for a second? If people aren't familiar with the Power Rangers mythos, let's be honest, probably a lot of people over 10 aren't.
Right.
And a lot of us who watched the show when it first
But
came on.
it has been on for over 20 years.
It's
so
been on for
I
over
think
20
there are
years.
still people who
We
are
all
kind of
are
engaged.
aware of it.
90s kids grew up on it, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, but Adam, tell us what a Morpher coin is, a Power Ranger coin.
Yeah,
What
so,
is this?
Well, so based on the movie, we can tell that it's obviously doing it a little differently than in the show. In the show, once you had the coin and once you were in the suit, you had the power. But now in the movie, the coin kind of gives the power to the user from the beginning,
human,
even outside of the suit.
To the human.
Exactly.
Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, it's
I'm
different.
okay with this.
Why not? It's different.
Yeah. Okay, great. And again, this is a movie that is an adaptation of like the first season, the first sort of run.
The first generation
First
of the Power
generation.
Rangers.
Tommy, right.
Of Power
Pre-Green
Rangers.
Ranger.
Pre-Tommy, as far as we know.
Right, as far as we know.
We don't get into that.
Discussion, yes.
So this is oh my God, Billy, Zach, Trini,
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly, Jason.
Yes.
Yep. Those
And
are
they're
your 5
definitely,
characters.
just to point out, like they're definitely going very alien with this.
Yes.
Because the Power Coins, I mean, the Power Coins are very alien looking. They don't really have
the
this
dinosaurs,
perfect
yeah.
form.
So talk about that for a second. In the original show, were the origins of these characters, Zordon and Alpha 5 and Rita, were they alien in nature?
Yeah, so they're
Or
basically
extra-dimensional or something?
alien beings who come to Earth, and we learn from the show that the Power Rangers are kind of a generational thing. It gets passed down from Ranger to Ranger to Ranger.
Season to season. Let's hop back into the trailer. Here we go. Kid's got a flashlight.
Guys, check out how we glow.
Okay, this moment I love.
Yeah.
Because
It does make fun of the whole, like...
pause right there. We got to talk about this joke for a second. I love the fact that the original Power Ranger generation, you look back on it and you go, pretty racist.
Yeah,
They cast the
not
black guy as the Black Ranger
Yellow
and the Asian woman as the
Ranger.
Yellow
Yes.
Ranger.
Yeah.
So how did they avoid that in this film? They obviously cast as the
swapped
Blue
everything
Ranger.
around.
They just swapped ethnicities. It doesn't matter.
Right.
They have
Yeah.
Billy the Blue Ranger. He's an African-American kid. He's a black kid.
Billy Cranston.
Billy Cranston?
Yeah.
Oh,
Named after
Brian?
Bryan Cranston.
Did Billy not have a last name in the show?
Well,
No,
they did it.
no.
They did kind of like as a, I guess like an homage or a thank you to Bryan Cranston because he actually
Wow.
did voiceover in the original show for a lot of the villains.
Yes, people don't know this, and it's
Yeah.
awesome and hilarious.
So the fact that he's now playing Zordon, the circle is now
So
complete.
you can't talk shit about Power Rangers because he gave us Breaking Bad.
Exactly.
If you think about it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you have to love it. So Billy Cranston is being played by a black actor, but the Black Ranger is now being played by an Asian actor, which is fantastic. But they make a joke about it by him going, "I'm black," and then the black
No,
kid
you're
goes,
not.
"No, you're not," and he's upset at it. I love this because it's embracing that
Right.
idea, but also turning it on its head. And also, there's a joke about the black kid. Why wouldn't he be kind of proud to be the Black Ranger? Like,
Right.
I know that if I, as a Mexican guy, were with a bunch of different ethnicity people, a very like, Benetton group of people, like really diverse, and somebody else is the Brown Ranger, I'd be like, dude, no! I'd be like, I could be the Brown Ranger. Like,
I'll switch you Power Coins.
there's definitely something cool about being black. We gotta admit, it's the coolest.
It's a cool color, man.
Let's be real.
It's
Zach
cool.
was the coolest.
He was the coolest one.
originals.
So I love this joke. It's a great throwback, and
Right.
it's a great insight into like
It's a
how
meta
like
joke.
a
Step
black
forward,
teenager would
yeah.
be like, no, you're not. You're not black. I'm black. Like it's great. It's great. So let's keep moving forward with the trailer. But yeah, they're all glowing their colors. Here we go.
What?
I am.
Do you feel weird?
this.
So they've got superpowers now.
This
them jumping.
feels very Chronicle to me.
Yes.
Oh, and
This part of the trailer,
so was that. We affectionately called it the Chronicle Cave. Let's pause at that cave there, or any one of these shots. This is the command center.
Yes.
But before we get to that, they get superpowers like in Chronicle.
Yes.
And they first find this cave before they get to the command center. Talk about that a little bit, guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, differs from the show because the command center was on the outside of the mountains, outside of the cave. It was very exposed, which I completely understand why they would make this kind of like a bat cave, very underground, very hidden, because it should be hidden. Yeah. And if this command center came to Earth thousands of years ago, we don't know yet exactly the timeline of everything, then I would assume that it would be really hidden, and you really had to actually go and like dive in and try to find it. Yeah, it was really a mystery.
Sure. Eric, question for you. Is this something that the vision of this movie was really greenlit after Chronicle came out and was successful? I mean, they got the screenwriter Max Landis. They got Max to come in and do a first draft.
It certainly looks like that, which, you know, that is kind of the debate about this whole entire film is the tone, is because if you look back at the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from the 90s, like that show is silly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like really stupid, silly. Like,
real cheese.
And pretty much every episode was exactly the same, where you have like the skull
Very
and what was the other
formulaic.
bully's
Vulcan
name?
Skull.
Vulcan Skull. Like you have them razzling them, and then they have like a battle with the Putties, and then Rita Repulsa sends in a monster, and they battle the monster, they lose, and the monster grows, and exactly. And so like they have that whole bit, and so like taking it to a Chronicle direction it's obviously like I'm not sure about it because is that really what Power Rangers is?
And is it
especially if you're going for the nostalgia factor?
Exactly, and I think the nostalgia factor is going to come in with the fact that the suits are colorful and all the names and everything. But the fact that it looks so much visually like Chronicle, or that the script might have so many elements borrowed from it, or as Max Landis claimed that they stole his story from him because they didn't like his first draft, so they kind of stole his thing. Is this stealing? Is this theft? Is this homage? Is this inspiration? How do we feel about this?
Well, I think also the Power Rangers short film that came out, I think it was last year or the year before. Yeah. It was very dark
parody.
and very
It felt like a
violent.
parody. Exactly. That's it.
And I think like some audience really embraced that. So I think
I would not be surprised.
I think what they're trying to do is, I think they're not revealing a lot of the comedy that will end up being in the movie, and a lot of the cheese that'll end up being in the movie. I think they're trying to cover it up with this more serious tone, because now everyone thinks that in order for something to be good, it has to be serious and it has to be dramatic. So I'm hoping that they're giving us this tone, but when we go into the movie, it'll kind of be balanced out by good humor from Bill Hader and other characters.
Man. But let's talk about Bill Hader and specifically Bryan Cranston. Let's hop back into the trailer. We're in the command center and check this shit out because it's pretty cool.
You five are the Power Rangers.
Zordon.
Did I just hear you say we're Power Rangers?
Is this some kind of joke? We're talking to a wall.
I was kind of expecting a little more.
Pause right there. I mean, pause back on Alpha. First of all, that was my favorite moment of the trailer is hearing Bill Hader, because I knew it was going to work. I freaking knew it. Okay?
Let's be real. That first image did not work. Like it did not look good.
That concept art, I was very suspect of that concept art. I was like, oh, I don't know. Like,
I was like, I know they're going to just do like a little CG motion capture thing. They didn't want it to look like a young actress or like a petite actor in a suit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that cheese factor.
Yeah.
But I knew Bill Hader was amazing casting.
Yeah.
And so is Bryan Cranston, and we're hearing him as this omnipotent Zordon, and the effects of him being in a tube is now like this sort of like
the visual is different. Like you actually like. I totally blanked on exactly what it reminded me of, but yeah, you don't have like that same like fog in the tomb.
It feels Man of Steel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Man of Steel.
Right.
When Jarrell and Captain
you put your hand in one of those
exactly.
pin things.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
But I kind of like that because it doesn't force. Zordon is now. He has some mobility.
Yes.
He's not stuck in one place the whole time.
True. Like he goes across that entire wall.
He can use that entire wall to kind of maybe use it as a way of explaining history and showing them things, which I think is important. So these Rangers can understand what they're getting into.
It's going to be very Man of Steel now that you bring that up.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that about Man. Like I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm all for this.
Guys, it's not hard to please me. I'm easy. And when you have Bill Hader speak out of a little funny robot, and then you go right into Kanye West, I'm like, I'm already like, I'm into this dumb movie. Like, because I'll be honest, I was disappointed that they didn't use Power, which I think is a dope song. Kanye West being an idiot aside, I still think that's a great track. That they didn't use that for the theme song to Luke Cage, Power Man.
Yeah, sure.
But then when they went 70s with Luke Cage, I was like, okay, I get it. It's 70s. I get it. Great theme song for that show. But now that I'm getting a little Kanye West power, like no one man should have all that power. It's perfect. It's stupid. Let's get back into the trailer.
I was kind of expecting a little more.
Come on.
So where were you last night?
It's so dumb.
Me and 4 kids found a spaceship buried underground.
I'm into
Pretty
it.
sure I'm a superhero.
Cool.
And that's Trini.
Yeah.
In that cup.
See, like it's
That's a
so
good,
good.
that's a good mom thinks you're on drugs joke. It
Yeah.
makes sense. This
Here's
is a
our first
putty.
look at the putties, yes.
A training
again,
exercise.
To go back to what I was saying before, like the putties were like these stupid guys. Yeah, exactly. Like guys had these clay faces, and like I mean, in the later seasons, had little buttons on their chest that you could just press and they disappear.
Right.
Which like that's silly. It's like to make them serious rock monsters. Here's Rita Repulsa, of course,
here.
who
Pure
yeah,
evil.
like
I was right there on that shot of
can we go
Rita
back to
and
where
the
she's
rock
holding the scepter?
monsters.
Yes.
Either one of those. But yeah, keep talking about the putties, Eric.
Well, I was just saying, like, it kind of built into like they felt like they needed to raise the stakes by
Totally.
making these putties like super monstrous.
Look,
clay
when I was a
creations, but-
5-year-old kid, they were scary, but then I was like, I felt assured that all I have to do is hit him in the chest once and they'll just
Yeah,
But
exactly.
that's stupid. And you go back and watch the show, and it's guys in gray shirts.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it looks
yeah.
awful.
Yeah, yeah.
So to turn them into those rock clay monsters is cool.
Makes a
but
little more
then
sense.
makes more sense. And I think it also makes sense that they're giving Power Rangers, these kids, as kids,
Right.
superhuman abilities, so that just like in the show, every once in a while, those actors that weren't in the Power Ranger suits would be fighting putties.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's when they usually interacted with the putties. But if they're these huge hulking rock creatures, you'd get killed. So give them superpowers so that they can actually
Right.
survive
Yeah.
fighting a putty.
It almost seems like the once they go into the suits, it's kind of the final resort of like, okay, now
Yeah.
it's escalated to
Yeah.
a certain point.
Yeah.
Goldar's coming.
Now we need to pilot our
Now we
Zords.
need
You
to
just
like
get into the
Exactly.
suits, then you get into the
Exactly.
Zords, then you
So
get into the
what do we think about
all
Rita
the other places.
Repulsa's suit? We got Elizabeth Banks, not an
Yeah.
Asian actress,
Right.
but the original show was,
Right.
pulling footage from a Japanese show and all this different stuff. But we have Rita Repulsa in the green suit. Why is her suit all green? Why do you think, Adam?
Well,
Tell us, Adam.
First of all, I love the casting of Elizabeth Banks.
She's
I think
amazing.
She's great.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about the suit, yes, it's green. Also, the scepter, you can see from the close-up shot, there is some sort of a coin in there. A green coin. Are we hinting towards possibly a Green Ranger?
Right there, right there.
is, yeah.
Does Rita Repulsa maybe have some sort of a history of being a Ranger?
You think she was
are
a
we,
former
are we
Power
gonna
Ranger?
Are we really shifting
Is she
this?
Darth Vader?
Shifting this. Is she the
Hunting
former
down the
Ranger?
rest of the Jedi?
Onto the dark side.
I think that'd be a really interesting twist to the story to actually reveal that she was at some point a Ranger, or she's trying to hunt down all the Rangers and collecting all the coins because she wants to create her own Power Ranger army.
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
So
let me tell you something right now, guys. Eric, Adam, I swear to you, there were people that clicked on this video that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
They were like, Power Ranger trailer, this is stupid. I'm going to watch this. And us talking has gotten them more excited.
Right?
I guarantee you, if you're more excited about this movie now, we're like, actually, maybe put some thought into this. Let us
don't
know.
want there.
Let us comment and let us know. Let's keep going back into the trailer because I'm getting more excited.
It's so silly.
How do you expect us to stop her?
That's a cool shot.
It's Morphin time.
yes.
Oh, it's cheesy, but more.
It's Morphin time.
Good suits, good
Kanye.
motion, yeah.
That's right here.
Hello. That's great.
Superhero landing.
You see, they're fighting putties. That's
love
going to be
this.
fun.
Swords, sure.
It's a lot of
So,
gold.
Can we pause on
right there.
Goldar, please?
Yeah.
That's Goldar, guys. And it's been confirmed because a toy release.
Yes.
A toy release came out and
The
it
putties
showed
did
us
that with the putties too. But yeah,
the putties,
exactly,
a
yeah.
full gold figure, and it was like
Yeah.
Goldar. And people are like, that's Goldar?
Goldar.
But he's a giant bird-looking
This
creature.
is very different from
I missed
the
the
show.
tarantula
It's kinda like
hair.
with the
Yeah.
wolf
I missed the
face.
tarantula
Like a
claws.
lion face,
Yeah.
and the voice. I think the voice added a very interesting dynamic to the character. Yeah, so I'm so curious to see who. First of all, who's going to voice this character?
Do you think he's going to be regular
Yeah, I was
size?
gonna say,
and
like,
then-
does
for
he
sure.
gonna have that like small to big?
Yeah,
piece
I
of
think
He's
Rita
just the
Repulsa?
first monster that she will make grow.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, it makes sense.
makes sense.
Using a familiar character that ends up kind of being a character that is used throughout the show.
Sure.
I'm assuming that this character will hopefully live on.
I'm
throughout
calling
the
it.
film
I'm calling it
series.
right now. First movie, Rita Repulsa. Second movie,
Lord
Lord
Zed.
Zed.
You think
Yeah.
so?
third
That soon?
movie, Ivan Ooze. I'm calling it. I'm
our
calling
apocalypse
it.
on Ooze. That's gonna work.
I just set up your trilogy. You're welcome. There you go. I'm calling it. Let's hop back into that trailer. They're piloting the Zords, and then they have to form the. Oh snap!
Megazord.
Kimberly, the Megazord.
I also do like the fact that we get to see their faces while they're piloting.
This is your
Yeah,
time.
That is actually cool. And that was a great line spoken by Bryan Cranston to the young people that this movie's trying to get to. This is your time.
Yes.
That's classic
I like it.
young character movie.
Yeah, classic
advertising.
heroism.
Classic heroism. That's all it is. There's the Megazord fighting
Yeah.
Goldar.
And the Megazord, I would say, is definitely completely different than when it was.
Yes.
Even a lot of the different pieces are different parts of the body now.
Mm-hmm.
The saber-tooth tiger and the Triceratops were the legs. Now the saber-tooth tiger is the waist. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these Zords come together to create one big machine.
Yeah, that sequences should be cool. Like,
Yeah, I hope it has a Pacific Rim feeling. I think the most impressive thing about Pacific Rim was how each individual character had to pilot parts of the mechs to really make it fight the giant monster. So I hope
Yeah.
they kind of take a cue from that, and it doesn't just feel Transformers, because to me Transformers feels just really CG and really just kind of like
That first movie was
everything
real
unlimited.
impressive. First Transformers movie,
Yeah.
and each single one after that, I feel like the effects have gotten progressively
Yes.
more lazy. Like
Too
they just
much,
like
too much.
now Transformers just pop into
just-
a Transformer,
right.
which is really
I want
disappointing. So-
when the Megazord comes together, I want it to be a big moment.
Yeah, you want to see those physical parts
Yeah.
come together and see like how they're actually meant to.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, this is our first Voltron. This is
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
going to be the test to see if like
Yes.
Voltron would work in live
And
action.
in the
or
show, it
Robotech
was
or
such
Gundam.
a big moment
Yes.
when those Zords would come together. And
yeah.
we saw it in every single episode, but every time they formed a Megazord,
Yeah.
And it was always the
and
same
then they
footage.
added a Megazord.
Question for you guys:
Oh, man.
do you think they're going to have to come up with an excuse for why wouldn't they just start the fight like this? Because that's what every kid thought. Is like just
Yeah.
get in your Megazord to begin with and
Step
stomp
on
the bad guy, and or
Oh,
like
man.
pull out your sword immediately instead of doing it
That'd be
later at
nice.
the end.
Yeah. I mean, in the same way that there was the meta joke about like the colors
Yeah.
of the Rangers. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind
there'll
some
be a
kind
meta
of
joke.
preference.
There'll be a meta
Right,
joke.
right, right.
Absolutely. So, guys, we want to know what you think on the internet. We have got on the social media cam Charlie Feldman. Charlie, you've got a history with Power Rangers.
I do.
Tell us about it.
The exteriors for Zordon, I forgot what it's
The
called.
command center.
Yeah.
So that was my summer camp. That was I went to.
From the original show. Yeah.
From the original show. Also, favorite part of the trailer, guys, that they use the practical effects on Zordon of the thing on your dad's like sharper image.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
on your face.
It's so great. There it is. It's so
Really
great.
appreciate that.
It's just your dad going to sharper image and talking to
Basically.
you.
Against Stitcher.
I bet you they're going to
Dad.
release a tie-in product that's going to be that. Be Zordon. And kids are like, look, I'm Zordon.
Spawn, get on that. Spawn's
Saban,
all
get on
over
it.
the trailer.
So, Charlie, what's the internet thinking?
So internet is actually, you are right. I think people are more excited about it now. This trailer specifically has come out. Matthew Constantino, I hope that is how you pronounce your name. I was originally excited, but after all the photos and reports, I lost interest. This trailer makes up for all of that.
There we go.
People have been begging for this trailer, and I'm glad they finally put it out.
It's not the worst, and again, I'm easy with that.
It
Kanye.
looks fun, cheesy, and everything good.
Well, guys, I really want to thank our panel for helping the internet appreciate maybe something they thought was dumb a little bit more. Are you guys going to go see it in theaters? You're going to let us know in the comments. But big thanks to Eric Eisenberg. It's his birthday. Wish him happy birthday. Give him some advice how to handle your 30s. Big thanks to #1 Power Ranger fan. Am I going to see you at Power Morphicon this year?
Oh, we're going.
Great. Adam Lavick. Guys, we've got videos here every single day. You can click on all this stuff right here. Let us know in the comments. Are you more stoked about this? Are you less stoked? What is something that you think is going to show up in the movie that we haven't seen in the trailers yet? Are we talking Green Ranger? Are we talking Tommy Oliver? How's he going to show up? Let us know in the comments because you're in your 30s and you're on the internet. So, of course, go ahead and do that. And we'll be here tomorrow with more stuff. Bye.